नमः विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते जयपताकस्वामी इति नामिने नमो आचार्यपदाय निताय कृपप्रदायिने गौरपदा दामदाय नगर ग्राम तारिणे नमः विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादे पाश्चात्यादिसतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंदा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva, Nittai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol, Nittai Gaura Hari Bol, Nittai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol, Nittai Gaura Hari Bol, Nittai Gaura Sitanata Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, welcome. Now we are continuing the 8th chapter, where the first question which is asked in this chapter by Arjuna is, actually the chapter is attaining the supreme, and the first question is certain terms about karma, about Brahman and all these things. So each of the term Krishna is explaining. After that, the question is asked, okay, so how to remember you at the time of death? Then Krishna is explaining how to remember him, why to remember him, all these things, whatever you remember at the time of death, you reach that. And whatever you practice throughout your life, that only you will remember at the time of death. And the person who is practicing pure devotional service, who is a pure devotee of the Lord, is very easily attain Krishna, because he is always thinking of Krishna. So the death is just a milestone. He'll just cross it and go. Many lifetimes we have seen many deaths. Death is not new to us. We have been dying and born and dying and born and dying born. So death is a very usual thing, and it is to the body, but the spirit soul eternally lives. So when somebody becomes a pure devotee, that is the execution of the pure devotional service. So he just fixed in Krishna. So any devotee who is sincerely serving Krishna, especially by chanting Hare Krishna mantra given by Lord Chaitanya, getting initiated in this Acharya Parampara of Lord Chaitanya, getting connected in the disciplic succession with Lord Chaitanya, and genuinely chanting based on the promises, and commitment is very essential. When we get committed to the Parampara, committed to the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Parampara, then we are connected. It's called connection to the Acharya Parampara, and then certainly there is a guidance available at the time of death. Okay, now that is fine. Now further Krishna explained about what is the supreme destination. What is this Baudhika, this material world is actually Dukkalema Shashvatam. And he explains that this planet, this universe is, we go into from Brahma till the smallest living entity. Everybody in this universe, top to bottom, everybody has death, everybody has birth, death, old age, and disease. Everybody undergoes it, including Brahma. Then Brahma's lifetime is also explained in detail. Krishna is explaining Sahasrayuga Paryantam, is telling how day and night of Brahma is happening. So many people may think that Brahma is the topmost authority. So there can be two examples given. One is Hiranyakashipu. He thought that Brahma is the topmost authority because they physically see. As I told you yesterday, that sometime we misunderstand. If there is some great mela happening, we see people are working, but we don't see the manager or the CEO or the whatever board of directors who are actually directing the entire show. And they may not be visible in public, but actually those who are visible in the public seem to be very, very active and they are busy like this. But those people who are driving the entire show may be there. Same like that. Krishna is there. And driving the show is done by Brahma. So in this universe, if somebody is looking who is better, who is higher, who is higher, who is higher, he will come at last to Brahma. Because he is the one who's creating and doing so many things. People likes people doing so many things. When somebody does, then they are appreciated. But Brahma is also inspired, and not only inspired, instructed, and Brahma is very submissive servant of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Hiranyakashipu is one time even Narada Muni, if you read Bhagavatam, you'll come across in the second canto, that Narada Muni is asking, my dear father, I'm only seeing you as a main creator, main person in this universe. Nobody is higher to you. So whom are you worshipping? How do you create it like this? Then Brahma is explaining, no, 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 no. I didn't create my Lord. I'm born in the, I was born in ignorance. Everybody is born in ignorance. As soon as the child is born, it cries. Nothing he knows. He can't even wash his own toilet. When he's hungry, he can't say he's hungry, as I told you. If a mosquito is biting, he's crying, the mother says, oh, okay, he's hungry, give some milk. And when sometime he's really hungry, he's crying, oh, maybe that's very hot, switch on the fan. So just can't even explain. So everybody is born in ignorance. So see, same like Brahma is also born in ignorance. And Lord only gives him the vision of about creation and everything. So the greatest person of this universe is explaining how that Supreme Personality of God, it is above him. Like this. So, and he is seeing the Dhamma. He has seen the Dhamma at that time. So he is explaining Krishna's spiritual abode, and also he is explaining Krishna himself, how he is Supreme Personality of Godhead is there. So many Brahma Samhita is quoted in 2-3 verses purports by Prabhupada because the topmost authority. So even Narada thought the topmost authority is Brahma. So it's very obvious because they are physically available. So we generally give more importance to those who grossly, whom we see and all. The Lord may be situated in every atom and everybody's heart, and he doesn't, we don't even care. We are Krishna unconscious. And we don't even care, but we give so much importance to so many people around us and those who are grossly moving, and they may just like that disappear from our vision in no time. But either due to time, circumstance, or death, something will separate, and they may vanish, or they may not have good terms with you and they may leave you in this way. So it's all Ashashvatam. Only the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the relationship with them is Shashvata. So a very nice explanation about Krishna is giving about Brahma's lifetime, because many people misunderstand Brahma to be the topmost authority. So here if you see, okay. Here there are totally 23 to 28, 23, 24, 25, 26, and 7, 28. This 6 verses explains about the time of leaving body. So Krishna is explaining for other yogis, they have certain times in which they need to leave the body. But if you see Vaishnavas, pure devotees especially, they are absorbed in Krishna. So there are no specific time for leaving the body. So going further, let me check if I can do this. Okay, so here this verses we will see, then you will understand what it is. Oh, Krishna. Okay. Because reading you need to do anyway, so you people read it. But from here, I'll just give you a glance of what is there. Oh, best of the Bharatas, I shall now explain to you the different time at which passing away from this world, the yogis does or does not come back. So at a particular point of time, if the yogi leaves the world, he will come back, and certain times he won't come back. So there is something called Uttarayana and Dakshinayana. So Uttarayana and Dakshinayana means the sun is traveling in the northern hemisphere There is totally 360 degrees the sun rotates. According to the so-called modern science, they say that the sun is static and all the planets are going around the sun. So I don't want to bring it under discussion right now, because it is in the fifth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Don't jump into the fifth canto. We have to go canto by canto. Prabhupada in the introduction to Bhagavatam itself, he is telling the Bhagavatam is like Krishna himself, and from lotus feet, you need to go directly. Jumping into any particular canto to extract information is never appreciated, and it will not be revealed to you. So that is what is being mentioned in the introduction to Bhagavatam by Srila Prabhupada. Some people jump to directly to 10th canto. Prabhupada is really chastising like that ideas. So don't try to extract information, gather information like that. Genuinely try to understand the Lord and try to develop real devotional attitude towards Krishna. This is the aim. So basically, I want you to understand that actually the sun is moving in a 360-degree direction. Sun is moving. So in that, the 180-degree northern hemisphere and 180-degree in southern hemisphere, sun is moving. So when the sun is moving in the southern hemisphere, it's a circle. In the circle, the lower half, or we can say southern half and northern half, the Meru is in the center, and the sun is going around like that. So when it moves in the northern hemisphere, it is said to be Uttarayana. And when the sun is moving in the southern hemisphere, it is called Dakshinayana. So you should know this basics. So, best of the Bharatras, I shall now explain to you the different times in which passing away from this world, the yogis does or does not come back. Those who know the Supreme Brahman, so we are talking about the people who are Brahman realized, we are not talking about devotees. Those who know the Supreme Brahman attain the Supreme by passing away from this world during the influences of fiery God in the light at an auspicious moment of the day, during the fortnight of waxing moon, or during the 6 months when the sun travels to the north. So, they in the 6 months, then the why it is considered auspicious. See, very easy to understand that demigods, one day is 24 hours is our 1 year. 1 year for demigods. Sorry, for us 1 year. Demigods, it is 1 day. So our 6 months is daytime, and our 6 months, another 6 months is nighttime. So this Uttarayana, when the sun is traveling in the northern direction, that time for the demigods it is daytime. When the sun is traveling in the southern hemisphere, then for the demigods it is nighttime. So later when we learn the architecture of the universe, when you come to Bhakti Vaibhav, you will see the architecture very easily. You will understand what actually does this mean. So right now you understand the demigods have 6 months daytime and 6 months nighttime. That 6 months in the earth, it is said to be that the sun is moving in the northern direction, and the other 6 months it's the southern direction. So like this. So, and we have Krishna Paksha and Sukla Paksha in the moon also. So during the fortnight of waxing moon, so the 15 days when the moon is going down, at that time if they pass away, then it is considered auspicious. Like that for whom? For Brahman realized people. So the mystic who passes away in this world during the smoke, the night, the fortnight of waning moon, waxing moon means growing moon. Waxing moon means growing moon to Purnami. It goes into Purnima. From Amavasya, grow into Purnima. So that growing season, growing time of the moon, that 15 days. Fortnight means 15 days. So there are two things. Moon also goes around the Meru, or we can say Dhruva. It goes on a same orbit of circle, but in a different height. Sun is first nearer to the earth, and then the moon is little far away from the earth. And then the sun and moon are going in the same orbit, but in different heights. So when the sun is slower compared to moon is 12 times faster than the sun. So the sun takes 1 year to complete a circle, whereas the moon 12 times by the time it will complete the circle. So we are having waxing and waning moon. When the sun, when the moon is going away, then it is reducing and reducing. When it is coming near, it is increasing. So there are two, Amavasya to Purnami is growing moon, and from Purnima to Amavasya, is waning moon. Waning moon means reducing. So that is waning moon. So here it is mentioned two things. One is go in the when the growing moon time of 15 days, or the Uttarayana. If somebody is passing away, then they are attaining Brahman. And the mystic, it can be a yogi or a Brahman realized person. But a mystic who passes away from the world during the smoke, the night, the fortnight of waning moon, the 6 months when sun passes to the south, reaches the moon planet, but again comes back. So these people will come back. They won't transcend the material. These people will transcend the material. So according to Vedic opinion, there are two ways of passing from this world, one in light and one in darkness. When one passes in light, he does not come back. And when passes in darkness, he returns. Okay, this is the Vedic opinion. So light is either the moon's light should be there or the sun's light should be there. We will see also that Krishna is telling that sun and moon are my eyes. So the light for the sun and the moon is coming from the eyesight of the Krishna. So it is like vision of the Lord is there on them. So although the devotee know this, so now we are talking about devotees. This is more important to us. Okay, fine. This is the formula. Hello, hello.
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, sorry. So although the devotee knows these two parts, now we are talking about devotees, all this time about the Brahman realized person and the yogi. You see here, Supreme Brahman, the one who knows the Supreme Brahman attained like this, passing away. Here the mystic who passes away. So they are talking about mystic only Krishna is talking about. But here he's talking about although the devotee knows these two parts, we are knowing right now, we are learning it, we are knowing it. Oh Arjuna, they are never bewildered. Then we are not bewildered. When will I die? What time will I die? And all. Therefore, be always fixed in devotion. So just be, because if you're a devotee, you can be carefree of when you're dying. Huh? Because you're always fixed in Krishna, you'll directly go to Krishna. So a person who accepts the path of devotional service is not bereft of the results derived from studying the Vedas. So, okay, I'm a devotee. Will I miss something? Will I miss yogic process? Will I miss jnana process? No, nothing you will miss. Krishna is telling a person who accepts the path of devotional service is not bereft. He is not going to lose anything. The results derived from studying Vedas, it's not that, oh, devotees are very sentimental. They are not reading Vedas. We are not jnanis. I don't know the scripture, Mataji. I don't study Bhagavad Gita. I read Krishna book and some. Even in Krishna book, when philosophy comes, I avoid. I enjoy the pastime of Krishna. I am a devotee. I am not a jnani. It's a foolishness. Number one, foolish, Sagajiya. So, because a devotee, Tattvartha, we will understand Krishna, Tattvartha, and our devotion is very deep rooted. It is not simply mental sentiment. It is an emotion arising from the spirit soul, which is original. So that is possible by reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, the scriptures given by Acharyas. We understand conceptually very clearly. We are not here to become jnani by gathering information. At the same time, we are here to really gather information about more and more about Krishna and the spirituality. What is material? What is spiritual? How am I entangled? How Krishna is supreme? How am I to relate with him? All these things. So here, a person who accepts the path of devotional service is not a loser. He will get everything. What are all the results he will be getting? He will be studying the Vedas. Results derived from 1. Studying the Vedas. 2. Performing sacrifices. 3. Undergoing austerities. 4. Giving charity. Oh, you're not a devotee. You are not kind enough to show mercy, compassion to other living entity, and you have to give. No, not like that. We give prasadam. Okay. So if you're not worrying about charity and you become hard-hearted, I need not give charity. I'll put everything in my packet in the name of Krishna consciousness. Not like that. You will attain it because you're genuinely serving Krishna. And if you have to give charity, every living entity, everybody should give charity. And we will give the topmost charity, which is the Krishna consciousness. We have to benefit the society. We are from the birth till today, we are earning so many things from the society, from parents, everything. So we have to pay back by giving them Krishna consciousness. So of course, and we giving charity, otherwise that benefit also we are deriving. And pursuing philosophical and fruitive activities. So it's not that devotee is missing anything. He is going to derive the result. Simply by performing devotional service, he attains all these, at the end reaches the supreme abode also. So separately, he need not do any of this. He is going to attain all these things. Okay, so I have given you a gist of what is there in this portion. Let me check 1 second. Yeah. Devotee is not bewildered. There is certain right time in which you need to, one has to leave the body if they are yogi or jnani, and their success is determined by when they are leaving the body. But if you see our acharya appearance, disappearance and all, it comes throughout the year. There is no Uttarayana, Dakshinayana, waxing moon, waning moon. It's very auspicious, the appearance as well as disappearance. Disappearance because they are going back to, they finish their duty and they are going back to Krishna, to their own, they came for in deputation. They are coming and doing some duty for certain time and they're going back to their original constitution. So that is also Tirobhav we are saying, and Avirbhav is the appearance day. So we celebrate both appearance and disappearance day by half a day fasting and a feasting and remembering them. Both equally we celebrate. Of course, in disappearance day, we cry out of separation because we are missing them. We are not able to see them or talk to them. This separation feeling. Otherwise, both are considered auspicious. So here, you see that the devotees doesn't have choosing a time and all that. So some people say in Bhagavad Gita it is written, in Bhagavad Gita it is written, but in which context it is written? What is the question? What is the answer? Where Krishna is talking about other yogic processes, where Krishna is talking about devotees, this we need to discriminate and see very clearly and then understand. We cannot simply argue on, but we are in Bhagavad Gita it is written, we have to die at this particular point of time. But very clearly. So I want you to read this complete till 28 and inform me whenever. Today, how much ever possible you read. And Monday, I will join. Monday, I will 100% join. Let us see how much you are completed. Just post it, okay? Somebody share and from 23rd verse onwards. Okay? Hari bol.
Okay, Mataji.
Okay, so I will leave you. You read as much as possible. And one more announcement. I already told that we inquired for certification. We have to send an Excel sheet, and in that we need to give only module, mainly module test results only. So we cannot conduct a chapter-wise exam, but for revision we can conduct, and that mark can be taken as class conduct. So there is a class conduct. There is an attendance. There is sloka recitation, everything. Plus class conduct includes, like now I'm asking you to read how many of you are actively participating in group discussions, in other activities in the classes. All these things are checked. And then the sloka recitation is there. Then of course your essay exam is there. Then your main exam is only module exam. There is no chapter wise exam, cannot be taken as module exam, but it can be taken for class conduct. So a portion can be added, maybe 5%, 10% can come constitute that, but majority constitute from your module test only. So you have to totally study 6 chapters together and give one final exam only. Six chapters of Bhagavad Gita. That I inquired if it is possible, but no, it is not possible. Okay. So I wanted to inform you. So after finishing this chapter, maybe you will have one revision test just to revise this chapter. but the main exam will be module exam only. Okay. Okay, so today Navaneet is not able to join. Who will share? Who will share the screen?
I'll share, Mataji. I can share. I'm in laptop.
Okay. Okay, all the best for your reading. Like Jagannath Prabhu very nicely noted down and he asked the questions. Similarly, if people can take example from that and do it, it is very encouraging to me to come to the class and be like specifically target on certain aspects which may require clarification. It gives me some interest to conduct the class in a nice way. So thank you, Jagannath Prabhu. Similar, I'm expecting from all of you. While reading, don't read mechanically. Just note down whatever you feel like you may understand, may not understand. So note down which you have questions. And kindly post it there. It will be very useful. Thank you, Hare Krishna. Okay, Jayalakshmi, I'm making you host.
Hare Krishna, anybody would like to take forward? 8.23.
यात्रा कले त्व अनावृत्तिम्
Yatra kale
यत्र कले
anavrittam
त्वनवृत्तिम्
आवृत्तिं चैव योगिना
आवृत्तिं चैव
avrittam
योगिना
chaiva yogina
प्रायतः यान्ति तं कालम्
प्रायता
prayata
यान्ति
yanti tam
तं
kalam
कालम्
वक्ष्यामि भरतर्षभा
वक्ष्यामि भरतऋषभ
vakshyami bharatharshaba.
Translation. O best of the Bharatas, I shall now explain to you the different times at which passing away from this world, the yogi does or does not come back. Purport. The unalloyed devotees of the Supreme Lord, who are totally surrendered souls, do not care when they leave their bodies or by what method. They leave everything in Krishna's hands and so easily and happily return to Godhead. But those who are not unalloyed devotees and who depend instead on such methods of spiritual realization as Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Hatha Yoga must leave the body at a suitable time in order to be sure of whether or not they will return to the world of birth and death. If the yogi is perfect, he can select the time and situation for leaving this material world. But if he is not so expert, his success depends on his accidentally passing away at a certain suitable time. The suitable times at which one passes away and does not come back are explained by the Lord in the next verse. According to Acharya Baladev Vidyabhushana, the Sanskrit word kala used herein refers to the presiding deity of time.
Eight point 24. Agnir Jyotir aha shuklah
Agnir Jyotir Aha Shukla
Sanmasa Uttarayanam
Sanmasa Uttarayanam
Tatra Prayata Gachanti
Tatra Prayata Gachanti
Brahma Vido Janaha
Brahma
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 Vidojana.
Vidojana.
Translation: those who know the Supreme Brahman attain that Supreme by passing away from the world during the influence of the fiery god in the light and at an auspicious moment of the day, during the fortnight of the waxing moon, or during the 6 months when the sun travels in the north. Purport: when fire, light, day, and the fortnight of the moon are mentioned, it is to be understood that over all of them there are various presiding deities who make arrangements for the passage of the soul. At the time of death, the mind carries one on the path to a new life. If one leaves the body at the time designated above, either accidentally or by arrangement, it is possible for him to attain the impersonal Brahma Jyotir. Mystics who are advanced in yoga practice can arrange the time and place to leave the body. Others have no control. If by accident they leave at an auspicious moment, then they will not return to the cycle of birth and death. But otherwise, there is every possibility that they will have to return. However, for the pure devotee in Krishna consciousness, there is no fear of returning, whether he leaves the body at an auspicious or inauspicious moment by accident or arrangement. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण। धूमो रात्रिस्तथा कृष्ण
धूमो रात्रिस्तथा कृष्णा
Krishna.
षण्मास दक्षिणायनम्
षण्मासा
Sanmasa Dakshinayana.
दक्षिणायनम्
तत्र चन्द्रमासं तत्र चन्द्रमासं
तत्र
Tatra
चन्द्रमासं ज्योतिर्
Chandramasam Jyotir.
योगी प्राप्य निवर्तते।
योगी
Yogi
प्राप्य
Prapya
निवर्तते.
Nivartate.
Translation: the mystic who passes away from this world during the smoke, the night, the fortnight of the waning moon, or the 6 months when the sun passes to the south, reaches the moon planet, but again comes back. Purport: in the third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Kapila Muni mentions that those who are expert in fruitive activities and sacrificial methods on earth attain to the moon at death. These elevated souls live on the moon for about 10,000 years by demigod calculations and enjoy life by drinking somarasa. They eventually return to earth. This means that on the moon there are higher classes of living beings, though they may not be perceived by the gross senses.
Is Abhiram Mangal Prabhu or Om Govind Rai Prabhu? Okay, Abhiram Mangal Prabhu, can you read?
I'm actually, I can, but I'm driving.
Yeah, I saw.
Chapter 8, verse 26. Sukla Krishna Gati Ite
Shukla
Shukla
Krishna Gati
Krishne
Hayate
Gatiyete.
Jagata Saswate Mate
Jagata
Jagata
Shashvate
Shashvate.
Mate
Okay.
Ekaya Yati Anavrittim
Ekaya
Ekaya
Yati Anavrittam
Anyaya Vartate Puna.
Anyaya
Anyaya
Vartate Puna.
Vartate Puna.
Translation. According to Vedic opinion, there are two ways of passing from this world, one in light and one in darkness. When one passes in light, he does not come back, but when one passes in darkness, he returns. Purport. The same description of departure and return is quoted by Acharya Baldev Vidyabhushan from the Chandogya Upanishad 5.10.3 to 5. Those who are fruitive laborers and philosophical speculators from time immemorial are constantly going and coming. Actually, they do not attain ultimate salvation, for they do not surrender to Krishna.
नैते श्रुति पार्थ जानं
नैते श्रुति पार्थ जानन्
Parthajanan,
योगी मुह्यति कश्चन
Yogi,
योगी
Yogi
मुह्यति
muhyati
कश्चन
kaschana
तस्मात् सर्वेषु कालेषु
तस्मात्
tasmat
सर्वेषु
sarvesu
कालेषु
kalesu
योगयुक्तो भावार्जुन
yoga
योगयुक्तो
yukto
भावार्जुन
bhavarjuna.
uh,
Translation. Although the devotees know these two paths, O Arjuna, they are never bewildered. Therefore, he always fix, Therefore be always fixed in devotion. Purport. Krishna is here advising Arjuna that he should not be disturbed by the different paths the soul can take when leaving the material world. A devotee of the Supreme Lord should not worry whether he will depart by arrangement or by accident. The devotee should be firmly established in Krishna consciousness and chant Hare Krishna. He should know that concern over either of these two paths is troublesome. The best way to be absorbed in Krishna consciousness is to be always dovetailed in his service, and this will make one's path to the spiritual kingdom safe, certain, and direct. The word Yoga Yukta is especially significant in this verse. One who is firm in yoga is constantly engaged in Krishna consciousness in all his activities. Sri Rupa Goswami advises, Anasaktasya Vishayan Yatharham Upayunjata. One should be unattached in material affairs and do everything in Krishna consciousness. By this system, which is called Yukta Vairagya, one attains perfection. Therefore, the devotee is not disturbed by these descriptions because he knows that his passage to the supreme abode is guaranteed by devotional service.
वेदेषु यज्ञेषु तपसु चैव
वेदेषु यज्ञेषु तपसु चैव
Jaiva,
दानेषु यत् पुण्यफलं प्रदिष्टम्
दानेषु यत् पुण्यफलं
Punyapalam
प्रतिष्ठा
Pradishtam,
अत्येति तत्सर्वम् इदं विदित्वा
अत्येति
Atyeti
तत्सर्वम्
Sarvam
इदं
Idam
विदित्वा
Viditva,
योगी परं स्थानम् उपैति चाद्यम्
Yogi Param
योगी परं
Sthanam
स्थानम्
Chadyam.
उपैति चाद्यम्.
Translation: a person who accepts the path of devotional service is not bereft of the results derived from studying the Vedas, performing sacrifices, undergoing austerities, giving charity, or pursuing philosophical and fruitive activities. Simply by performing devotional service, he attains all these, and at the end, he reaches the supreme eternal abode. Purport. This verse is the summation of the 7th and 8th chapters, which particularly deal with Krishna consciousness and devotional service. One has to study the Vedas under the guidance of the spiritual master and undergo many austerities and penances while living under his care. A brahmachari has to live in the home of the spiritual master just like a servant, and he must beg alms from door to door and bring them to the spiritual master. He takes food only under the master's order, and if the master neglects to call the student for food that day, the student fasts. These are some of the Vedic principles for observing brahmacharya. After the student studies the Vedas under the master for some time, at least from age 5 to 20, he becomes a man of perfect character. Study of the Vedas is not meant for the recreation of armchair speculators, but for the formation of character. After this training, the brahmachari is allowed to enter into the household life and marry. When he is a householder, he has to perform many sacrifices so that he may achieve further enlightenment. He must also give charity according to the country, time, and candidate, discriminating among charity in goodness, in passion, and in ignorance, as described in Bhagavad Gita. Then, after retiring from household life, upon accepting the order of Vanaprastha, he undergoes several penances, living in forests, dressing with tree bark, not shaving, etc. By carrying the orders of Brahmacharya, the householder life, Vanaprastha, and finally Sannyasa, one becomes elevated to the perfectional stage of life. Some are then elevated to the heavenly kingdoms, and when they become even more advanced, they are liberated in the spiritual sky, either in the impersonal Brahma Jyoti or in the Vaikuntha planets or Krishna Loka. This is the path outlined by Vedic literatures. The beauty of Krishna consciousness, however, is that by one stroke, by engaging in devotional service, one can surpass all the rituals of the different orders of life. The word idam viditva indicates that one should understand the instructions given by Sri Krishna in this chapter and the seventh chapter of Bhagavad Gita. One should try to understand these chapters not by scholarship or mental speculation, but by hearing them in association with devotees. Chapters 7 and 12 are essence of Bhagavad Gita. The first 6 and the last 6 chapters are like coverings for the middle 6 chapters, which are especially protected by the Lord. If one is fortunate enough to understand Bhagavad Gita, especially these middle 6 chapters, in the association of devotees, then his life at once becomes glorified beyond all penances, sacrifices, charities, speculations, etc. For one can achieve all the results of these activities simply by Krishna consciousness. One who has a little faith in Bhagavad Gita should learn Bhagavad Gita from a devotee, because in the beginning of the 4th chapter, it is stated clearly that Bhagavad Gita can be understood only by devotees. No one else can perfectly understand the purpose of Bhagavad Gita. One should therefore learn Bhagavad Gita from a devotee of Krishna, not from mental speculators. This is a sign of faith. When one searches for a devotee and fortunately gets a devotee's association, one actually begins to study and understand Bhagavad Gita. By advancement in the association of the devotee, one is placed in devotional service, and this service dispels all one's misgivings about Krishna or God and Krishna's activities, form, pastimes, name, and other features. After these misgivings have been perfectly cleared away, one becomes fixed in one's study. Then one relishes the study of Bhagavad Gita and attains the state of feeling always Krishna conscious. In the advanced stage, one falls completely in love with Krishna. The highest perfectional stage of life enables the devotee to be transferred to Krishna's abode in the spiritual sky, Goloka Vrindavana, where the devotee becomes eternally happy. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta pertaining the Supreme. Hare Krishna. Let's offer our obeisances to all Vaishnavas. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha
कृपासिन्धुभ्यश्च
कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च
पतितानां
पतितानां
पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो
नमो
नमः।
नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय।
Jai.
जय।
Thank you.